Good afternoon, welcome back. Now it's the middle of October, the nights are drawing in, the mornings are getting a little bit chilly. It's not time to give up on sowing or growing, especially in the greenhouse and on the allotment. There's lots of work to be done on the allotment, I must admit. Lots of digging, prepping for next year. I've still got to get all my onions in yet for next year for overwintering. But there's still loads of things that have got to be sown. Like broad beans. October, November is the best time to put them in. There's flower seeds to sow. There's harvesting to do. So it's not a dead time of year. So for people who sort of pack up at this time of year and just call it a day, go to the armchair until next spring, they're going to give themselves a lot of work next year. Do all the prep work now, and next year when the spring comes it'll be a lot easier on the back and your patience. Now there's a wide range of things you can sow in October. I'm going to start with the broad beans. Now you normally put them direct in the ground, but this year what I'm going to do, a little bit different, I'm going to start some off in trays, give it a couple of weeks, put some in the ground over the allotment. I'm going to let these shoot a little bit and then I'm going to transfer them into the ground as well. So with a bit of luck, once I've harvested these ones, the others should be coming in. So I get a constant flow early on as opposed to sowing them at the beginning of the year. I'm doing 3 varieties this year. I did 2 last year and the black fly just destroyed them. So I'm going to do 3 varieties, try them the 2 different ways, see if I get results. So this year I'm going to be doing the Sutton, already done with labels. We are going to do Aguadulce, a good old favourite there, and Karmazyn, which I think is a red one. I think it's a red one. I'm not too sure. I'll have to have a look at that. We've already done our trays. Poke the holes in this one. I haven't done them yet. But we'll do them first. Put them in. Just grab one. Doesn't matter which way round you put it in, as long as obviously it's on its side. The same as when you put them straight in the ground, because we don't want the water sitting on the top. We'll keep them moist. We won't put a lid or anything on them. We'll just leave them to the elements of the greenhouse. And hopefully in a couple of weeks, these will all be shooting. Okay, there you go. That's me broad beans done for this year. Like I say, I'll be putting more in the ground in a couple of weeks' time. So we'll give them a little bit of a drink give them a water, leave them on the side. We won't fill the trays. What I've done, because the water can go stagnant this time of year, we've just put them in the trays with the holes. And we'll just keep an eye on them and perhaps give them a little water once a week. Now, it's still not too late to be sowing salads. Things like lamb's lettuce. You can grow them all year round in the greenhouse. You do need to keep an eye on them in case you do get a bit of a cold frost. Things like these, cress and mustard and cress. We're going to put these in. We're going to sow these, put them in the tray. I'm going to cover them with a lid. Just try and get a bit of heat in there. We're still getting sunny days, even though the sun's gone in now. We're still getting sunny days, so it'll keep a little bit of moisture in there, just to help them come along and grow. Now, we're using the fruit punnets that we got earlier in the year. We do tend to recycle everything if we can. And all we do just generally sprinkle them on the top. You can do it that way. Or you just take them straight out of the packet. Like so. A little light sprinkling. Now there is a guy on YouTube, Steve, Green Side Up. He does quite a fascinating way of sowing. And I've tried it a few times and I've failed miserably. He puts the seed in his hand and just does that. And he's very good at it, I must admit. Very good. So pop over, have a little look at Steve at Green Side Up. I think he's, where is he? He's up in Cumbria, I think he is. But yeah, very interesting videos. I'll put a little link down below to his channel. And I'll also list everything that I've sown today in the descriptions. So yeah, right, that's done. I'll get them done and I'll be back in a bit. Now, I did forget to mention that the lamb's lettuce won't stay in there. That once they start shooting up and get 3 or 4 leaves on, they will get pricked out and put into separate little modules. Or I may just put them in the greenhouse in the bed underneath. Now, as far as salad leaves are concerned, we're going to be sowing our little trough up. We've got all next door's dogs are out. Probably first time I've been out today. I'll be back in a bit. Okay, there's a cat sitting on the roof up there, as bold as brass, looking down at the dog going, "You can't get me." And the poor dog is barking away like no one's business. Well, anyway, as I was saying, this is going to be with the salad leaves. It's going to stay in the greenhouse. In the summer, this goes up by the back door. We come out the back, pick them as and when we want them. So we've got mixed salad leaves. We'll sow them in there. Now, just to bulk it up a little bit, I've got a little packet of rocket that I'm going to mix in with it. And Mizuna, we're going to mix that in as well. So it's got a complete mix of different leaves. Not too sure what's in the salad leaf mix, but I've got the seeds. We might as well just sow them and see if we get anything. Now, another thing that you can grow all year round, and I'm going to be doing, is herbs. I'm going to do 3 at the moment. I say at the moment, that's probably all I'll do actually. I'm going to do some Thai basil, some parsley, and some garlic chives. Now, I'm going to do them in this seed tray. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to sow them in the rows. Once they grow, I'm going to take the whole row out and move it into a pot, instead of trying to pick out the little plants individually. Obviously, you can't do that with garlic chives. But yeah, I'll take them out, put them in a little pot. I'll put the pot down perhaps around there, wherever the warmest place is at the time in here. And we'll have fresh herbs all over the winter. Now I need my list for this. I've got my little list. Where are we? Now these seeds don't come in a separate packet. I can feel that there's no packet in there. So shake them off and just feel around. Make sure that there's none just stuck at the top before you pull the tab off. So we're going to now I will cover these as well, just till they start germinating. They want to come out until they start germinating. Then I'll take the lid off in the daytime, put it back on the night. I think that'll do. Until they're well established. The parsley I might pick out actually, thinking about it. I'm not sure. Not sure what I'm going to do. Let's just get the seeds in the ground and we'll see what happens in the compost, and then we'll see what happens from there. Now the next thing is going to be the flowers that I'm going to be trying for next year. Normally the only flowers I sow are sweet peas, but I'm going to be trying something else because the packet says I can. So I'm going to give it a go. We are running out of daylight and it has come over a little bit cloudy. I think we're in for a bit of a downpour tonight. So anyway, what I'm going to be saying flower wise, we're going to be doing Malva, which looks like dainty little white flowers. This one's called Snow White. Dainty little flowers. Now the seeds are very small, I can feel through the packet. We're going to be doing some of those. Although, yes, up till the middle of October, which is good. Some larkspur, giant mixed. Now all these are going to sit in the greenhouse. They'll probably grow a little bit and then go into dormancy. And next spring is when they come to life. and you get early blooms, as we all know, if we're lucky. And we're going to be doing cornflower, 2 varieties of cornflower. We're going to be doing the tall mixed and a variety called blue boll, both of which you can sow in October. Okay, that's them done. Put them in a little tray over the back there. Now, the last flowers that I'm going to be sowing is going to be the sweet peas. Now, I think this is a good time to let you know that if you do like the channel, think about subscribing. Give us a little thumbs up, which would be great. And even better, give us a comment. Let us know what you're sowing in October. I'll be very interested to know. So with the sweet peas, we're doing 2 varieties. We are doing Cuthbertson mixed. Now I only get 12 seeds in this packet, so what I'm going to do is use this tray. I'm going to put 2 in each. Just use the whole packet. Now I'll see how they grow. I may take them out and split them into individual pots. I may not. We'll see. We'll see. Push them down. Simple as that. Oh, forgot that one. All done. Got to find a bit of space now. Now the other ones, get rid of that, are the ones that we grew earlier in the year. Now, all we did was pick all the seeds from all the different colour flowers and made a complete new mix. Now, I think there was about five or 6 varieties I've done last year, or this year. I'll have to check. So, we're going to do 1 per cell, and it's going to be a bit of a mystery of what colours we get next year. Now, I'm going to be doing sweet peas again in probably March, depending on weather, of course. There you go. But because these are a smaller cell, I'm only going to pop 1 in. I think I missed that one. Oh well. We'll see if 2 comes up in there. Can't remember if I did. Oh no, I didn't. So there you go. I've pretty much lost all daylight on this camera now. But I don't know if you can see, we've got our broad beans in here and all the rest of our sowings along there. So until next time, take care, and I'll catch up with you very soon.